Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Behind the Arch podcast. And today we have three wonderful new guests. We have Alarin, we have Olivia, and we have Ari. Welcome, guys. Welcome. How are you all doing?
Good.
I'm doing good.
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. So today's episode is called Arch of Influences. And the first question that I have for each of you: what does the word influence mean to you?
So for me, the word influence means basically, first, influence could be a good thing or a bad thing. So an influence is basically actions of somebody else that can rub off on you.
Oh, and how I feel about what do you call that?
Don't get nervous now.
Wait, what do you call that? I forgot the word. That's it.
Influence?
Oh, influence.
Yes.
Okay. So how I feel about influence is like it could either be positive or non-positive. Because let's say, for example, somebody's doing drugs, right? And they ask you if you want to try it. And you say yes, that's a bad influence. But if it's a good influence, like, oh, somebody's getting good grades and you're friends with them, and they're rubbing off their energy on you.
Okay. Ari?
For me, what I think influences is what actions people tell you to do, or objects or something tells you to do, and or what actions you do.
Awesome. Clock it. Okay. So, question number 2. Can you think of someone or something that has influenced you recently?
My sister.
Okay. How so?
So my sister, she used to go to Women's Academy, and she influenced me because she did go to college, and right now she is studying to become a pediatric doctor.
Nice.
So she influenced me because, like, genuinely that's a good thing for her, and I'm happy for her because she is going to achieve a goal that she set for herself in life. So I think she's a good influence.
Awesome. Ari, what about you?
For me, someone who has influenced me recently is my father, who has been working very hard to make enough money for me and my brothers, which influenced me to try my best and achieve goals that might seem very hard to achieve.
Okay, shout out to dad. Okay, being a good provider. All right, Olivia.
Okay. My mommy influenced me because she said, like, don't depend on nobody to do stuff for you. You gotta be independent by yourself. You're gonna be like a hard worker to earn things.
Awesome. Shout out to mom. So it sounds to me that each of you have somebody that's very positive in your life. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right, cool. Question number 3. Why do you think it's important to understand who or what influences us?
I think it's important because based on, like, what I said earlier, I would like to also base on what Olivia said, because due to certain things and certain actions a person can do, they can rub off that type of energy on you, and you would create a habit that is not good for your mental state or mental health. And, like, let's say good friends, 2 of my good friends here, they really influenced me to do what's best for me and do a lot of stuff that will benefit my future. So I'm grateful for them.
Awesome. Shout out to these friends. Okay, good. You guys are real detailed. Olive, what about you? Talk to me.
Okay, so basically, like how she was saying, like, you know, when people's like angry or something, or they have like negative vibes that could rub off on you. So when that happens, you would like your mood would be off for the whole day. Like it would ruin your mood.
Okay, how so? Give me an example
Like
of how that could happen.
let's say there's somebody angry and they just curse at you, right? And they start arguing, saying stuff about you. Now you're pissed and you're gonna let them ruin your mood for the rest of the day. And you're gonna keep thinking about that.
Wait, what's the question again?
No, that's fine.
Lost track.
Why do you think it's important to understand who or what influences us?
I think it's important to understand who or what influences us, because if we don't understand that, we might be influenced by very negative things, like as in getting influenced to do something that you're not sure you want to do, or something that is quite negative to do that might not benefit you in any way.
Awesome. So each of you said something different, and it's actually very important, right? So, Ari, it's very important that you know who you surround yourself with.
Mhm.
That's what you said, right?
Yes.
And then, Olivia, you said, it's there could be a person that says something and it rubs off on you, and all of a sudden, you end up having a good day or a bad day.
Yeah.
And that's very important because especially in middle school, that happens a lot, right? And Erin, you said that you have these good friends that you actually love being around because they are a positive influence on you, and it's very important for all of us to know exactly who we surround ourselves with, and it's very important to understand the type of energy they bring. So I'm happy that you guys understand that part, because a lot of kids your age really do not know how to decipher that part. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all right. And then all of a sudden they end up at Mr. Diaz's office and Mr. Diaz, they don't want to be my friend no more. I don't know what to do. And then they're like, okay, I get it. But then you also got to think about how many times have they, one, betrayed you, or two, how many times have they really tried to make you as the clown of the group? And that's something I don't tolerate. And if you guys know me, my biggest pet peeve is disrespect, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I will not tolerate disrespect because of the fact that, number one, we are all human beings. We all have feelings. But then also, I like to respect people because, guess what? I want to be respected. Now, do I have to agree with them all the time?
No.
No.
Exactly. So that's awesome. So surrounding yourselves with good, positive people is always important. And I'm happy that you guys know that piece, Awesome. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Who are some people that have helped shape who you are? They could be friends, teachers, family, or even a fictional character.
So I would say the main person would be my mom, because my mom has definitely come from a rough childhood, and not a lot of people have a mom like mine. So my mom, she creates a pathway for me and my sisters, and I appreciate her because we didn't have to go through what she did. She tried her best to make that not possible. So I'm just really thankful for that.
Awesome. Okay, shout out to mom. Big mom over there. Oh, that didn't sound so great. Sorry. I don't mean it like that, mom. I'm just saying. She's a big character in her life. Olive, God.
Okay. Wait, don't kill me. What was the question again?
No, it's fine. So, who are some of the people that have helped shape you to who you are?
Probably my mom.
Okay, how so?
Because I could tell her anything and she won't judge me.
Okay.
And she would give me solutions for the problems too, because she went through that sometimes.
Awesome. Okay, mom giving good wisdom. Ari, what about you?
For me, someone who has shaped me as a person has to be definitely my friends, because they have very much changed my whole perspective on a lot of things, making me think in a different way about myself, how I did before. As, for example, I used to think I wasn't good enough for certain people, or I wasn't the right person, and they were able to show me that I'm who I am and I'm meant for certain people, but not everyone.
Got that tea. I hear that. Shout out to your friends. You see, that's awesome. I love when friends actually are motivators and not degraders. You
I
guys know what
agree.
that means, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because there is a lot of friend groups out there that are very toxic, and all they do is just talk a lot of nonsense behind your back, spread a lot of rumors, and make it seem like you're the problem, where in fact they just need a hug or something. You know. All right, awesome. So next question: how do music, movies, or games influence the way we think or feel? Go ahead, Ari. You first one
Go
up.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, wait, I go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Music, for example, that's the example I'll be giving because I listen to music often, very often. And music can can basically make you feel different ways, as in, depending on the type of music it is or the feeling or mood the music gives off. Like if it's, like a sad song or a happy song, it'll make you feel different ways. Different emotions.
Okay, I will have to agree with you on that one. There's a lot of songs out there that can either be uplifting, or a lot of songs out there that, oh my God, they need a nap. They
Yeah.
need some type of food. Somebody please call 911 because they got to go to the asylum. Right? So there is some songs out there that are very depressive or very negative influences, and I'm not a fan of those type of musics. The ones that promote drugs, violence, and all that. I'm okay with the beats. The beats of the music, because I do love music, but I love the rhythm of music. That's just me. If the words are not impactful or not positive, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to hear it. Like,
Yeah, you're really true. Especially
real.
nowadays, the music lyrics are so inappropriate, talking about such very graphic stuff that shouldn't be
Yeah.
introduced to little children.
I agree with that. Okay, maybe I'm gonna say my age, or prove how old I am.
Okay.
But I don't know if they still have it now. But there used to be a rating system for music. Before, you could not purchase music or listen to music if you was a certain age.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
It's like the movies, the same ratings that you have, like PG-13.
Yeah,
G,
rated
E.
R.
Yeah, it was the same thing for music, and I don't know if they actually enforce that now. Now it's everything's streaming and everything's accessible.
They should, because some parents be having these kids 2 years old with a phone, and if that music is introduced, they're gonna have the wrong mindset when they grow up.
Exactly. Talking about drill music, and you want to be popping bottles and all these things, and I'm like, what bottle are you talking about? You want a bottle for
Apple juice,
apple
baby
juice,
bottle.
You want, you want your
Water.
to go to sleep. Like, which one do you want? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I think if it's not enforced now, maybe I should look into that, right? Because I really don't know. I don't really listen to you guys' type of music, all that. When you guys come to my office, I only have one set of music that always plays. But
Yeah, it's true.
at the end of the day, we got to be mindful of what we're doing, because we got to, I think it's important that rating system should always be in effect. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those rating systems is very important, especially for the young kids, and if it is, parents, really get on it. Enforce those rating systems.
Yes.
So, Olive, what about you? How does music, movies, or games influence the way we think or feel?
There's so music would probably, can I give 2 examples?
Sure.
One for music, one for games. So music, it could either make you depressed, it can make you bipolar, each song you play, and then you could try to relate to the song by doing certain stuff. That could be a bad influence on you. And then for games, GTA 5, right? There's perverted stuff, and then there's also killing, which some people actually was took the game too serious and killed themselves.
I would definitely like to agree with Aria because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes my playlist be hitting on shuffle. 1 minute I'm dancing, the next I'm sitting on the floor being depressed.
Yeah.
So, but for music, I would say that it is a very, how would I word this? A very interesting thing to look into, because sometimes music doesn't have the best type of words. And for movies, I would say watch them with your parents, guys.
Yeah.
Don't be watching no rated R movies
Yeah, for
without your
real.
parents. Don't be disobeying them, guys.
Yeah, there's sometimes certain movies that like,
Yeah.
are like they start showing like some inappropriate scenes
Yeah,
which
guys,
aren't
respect-
good for like children to be introduced to because they can be very like inappropriate.
You guys respect your parents.
Don't disrespect them, guys. Also, I was gonna say something more about the movies. For the movies, I would say also to definitely watch what's in your age range. Don't do nothing else. That's my answer.
And you know what? I agree with you. Some kids try to be slick and try to go watch things that are it's not in their age range, and they want to go try to really do something to other than their appropriate age, and that's kind of frustrating because why are you rushing to grow up? You know, when I was in school, I used to. There was one teacher that honestly, I don't know if I guys told you guys about this one teacher that had a very positive influence in my life. When I speak to him, I speak about him all the time, you know. And the reason why I speak about him is because he always used to say, from freshman year of high school, he always used to tell me, enjoy every moment, enjoy every day. And the reason why he would always say that is because once you finish with school, once you finish with high school, your life changes. And if you didn't enjoy the moment, like, you got to be prepared for life, but if you didn't take the moments to enjoy those days, you're going to be like, damn, I wish I was in high school again. You know? So be your age. Enjoy the moment. There's a lot happening in this world, and you don't want to be so grown that all of a sudden you missed out on childhood memories. You missed out on the fun stuff, the innocent stuff, you know? So, yeah, I agree with you, ladies. Okay. The next question. Have you ever been influenced by someone online? Someone like a YouTuber, TikTok trend, a meme? And how did it affect you?
Personally, I've been influenced by some people that I knew before online that told me that I wasn't like a good person or that I was always like so bad to people, which gave a very negative effect on my view. But then also at the same time, there's like certain YouTubers that I used to watch that gave a really like positive impact on me, teaching me different stuff about like how to like act right, how to be a polite person, how to talk correctly, which definitely also affected me very positively, teaching me certain rights and wrongs.
Awesome. Okay.
I would say like there would be some people that genuinely like not make fun of, how would I say this, like use negative energy to affect me, but I didn't let that, because my mom told me like don't listen to them, they're just jealous. So random life living, guys, don't let nobody bring you down, like, at all.
Big facts to that one. Hold up. Olivia.
There would be like some people popping up on my For You page, and they'd be like, like your boyfriend should be doing this, or like if you're in a talking stage, it should be like this and that, and then I'll be like, I wouldn't probably listen to that, because if not, I would have just like killed the person by now, you know.
Ooh. You heard it here first, boys. So yeah. If you are planning to talk to Olive, just take it easy, because she is a little crazy. But no, I get it. There's a lot of influences online, and number one, I do not follow a lot of people. But the trends that I be seeing sometimes, I just look at it, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's like some like crazy stuff some people be.
Exactly. Like there's this new trend that's like you would ask somebody to film you like that, and then you would face the camera towards them, and I was like, that's messed up. That's not
Yeah,
even
it's
funny.
like-
That's bullying.
It's like a trend where like I forgot how it goes.
They go
but
like this, and then they
Yeah.
go to the camera and they flip it.
Yeah, and like it's like all the comments are filled with like people saying how like ugly this person is, and like
exactly.
or like how this person's so like they look so wrong. But I find it so wrong because you're just like tricking innocent people who are just trying to help you by recording your video and then taking advantage of them and saying some rude stuff about them. Like it's really like it hurts my feelings to see people do that kind of stuff to other people who are just trying to help.
Yeah, no, and on the flip side, okay, because I'm a little older than you ladies, right? So on the flip side is, are you guys not aware of what you're doing? Like, if the person flipped the camera, do you not see the screen in front of you that is showing you?
No, it's like
Oh, so then I'm misunderstanding this, because I was about to say, I know you ain't handed me a
Yeah.
camera,
it's
and I can see the screen.
So the screen is like facing them, and like the back camera is facing you. So when they tap the screen, it turns to you.
Yeah.
If
Nah,
that
you
makes
see,
sense.
So it's, like, very
everybody. Nah, okay, that's crazy. Only because my thing is this, right? I know with TikTok and all that, you always got to use the front screen and all
Yeah.
that. But the truth of the matter is, we all know that the front camera is not the greatest camera. The best camera is always in the back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
I mean, that's why iPhones have like 3 different cameras on
Yeah.
Exactly, right? So it's like, dude, all right. Yeah, okay, so it's an age thing. It really is. I
Yeah.
just realized that. I
Yeah.
just felt so old right now. Forgive me, guys. Never mind my comments. It didn't make sense. You knew Gen... What are you guys? Gen Alpha?
Yeah,
No.
we're Gen Alpha.
Right?
Are we really?
Yeah, we were
Oh,
like 2012 for me. I think that was like for everyone 2012 is like close between I think it's Gen X.
Yeah.
Gen X and Gen Alpha.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
I
the
don't-
in between.
I get confused with all these things. but
Yeah.
Now
I
it's
just know...
yeah,
that-
now it's Gen Beta, and I heard it they're gonna go to numbers
Oh, no.
Like Gen 3?
like
Or
Gen
Gen
1,
6,
Gen 2.
Oh my god.
That trend alone is annoying.
It really is.
Oh, we're getting
anytime,
sidetracked.
anytime you mention numbers around this one,
Oh, my
She
God.
always does
Oh,
the
God.
hand thing too.
But you know what? Trends
siete.
can have a good impact, and trends can have a negative impact.
exactly.
I just wish that it would be more positive than negative, because everybody's always trying to one up one another instead of empowering, and that's kind of annoying. You get what I'm saying?
hmm
Like, I'm not the greatest film or producer, whatever the case may be. However, I will teach and encourage other people to learn these type of skills, because then it promotes positivity. You allow other people to learn a skill. That's why I teach all these things, especially when I do the after school, when I do any of this during the day. It's to help be positive influences on people. You get what I'm saying? So I just wish it would be more positive online versus being negative.
Yeah, I
Hold
can.
on,
In
I have
fact,
to cough.
I
Okay,
can
cut
in
that
fact
out.
back Mr. Diaz up on that, because I remember, like, I think it was the going party. He did teach me how to take like a picture on his professional camera. So I'm like,
Oh yeah, lights on after school. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And that's one thing. It's good. These are skills that are good for people, and maybe it's only because it's my feed, but online all I see is a bunch of photography and videography suggestion tips and all that. So that's in my algorithm, and
Yeah.
I actually love it because it teaches me more stuff that I need to learn.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Great.
positive
A positive for you page, I guess.
Yeah.
or a positive, what's the word? Oh my god.
Impact?
A positive impact. 'cause
Yes.
it's teaching you stuff for your own
Benefit.
benefit, yeah.
Exactly, and we gotta learn somewhere, and that leads us into our next question: can influences be both positive and negative?
Yes.
Yep.
And how can we tell the difference?
We can tell the difference between a positive and negative impact by figuring out which action seems incorrect and which actions seem correct, and like using your own like personal like well-being, like as in, are you comfortable with this actions? Do you feel like this is correct for you, or do you feel like it's incorrect for you, and do you feel like you don't want to go with these actions? You should never be forced to do any sort of actions. It should always be your decision on what actions you are participating in.
All right, so I'm going to
Clock
tell
that.
all you middle schoolers, if you do not listen and grasp what Ari just said, you need to rewind it a couple of seconds and hear her answer again, because
Yup.
that was perfect. Yes, actions. That's how you could tell what something is positive or negative. And that is the best way you can answer that question. That was awesome. I don't know, do you guys want to follow up on that one?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, because like it's like for the positive one, you could be volunteering yourself, but the other one that's a bad influence, it could be like peer pressure that you have to do it because you're forced to.
Okay, I like that. You got that one too. Good.
Oh, so I think you could tell the difference because, number one, you know what? I'm going to start with negative because positive, I think I got a good answer. But negative, basically, if they do some stuff without asking, right? So they disobey their parents, they do some stuff that aren't correct. Now for positive, the only thing you need for positive influences is consent. The only thing. Consent is the major thing you need for a positive influence. Because if that's what they do, you're rolling, you're good.
I agree with that. Yeah, because consent, you must need like consent for example, you need consent from both parties, as in consent from the person and consent from, yourself, because they shouldn't be forcing you into anything.
Yeah, that's one of Miss Idia's major things, consent. The consent.
Facts. You guys gotta make sure that you are on the same page. If you're not on the same page, then guess what? It's not for me. Get about your business.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to tell you, having boundaries is very important. If you cannot have boundaries on what you find to be positive or negative in your life, then you need to reevaluate yourself. But you ladies answered that beautifully.
Thank you.
Yeah, because, we are in a world where there's so much bullying going on. And it's not just physical, it's also the internet bullying, cyberbullying. And one of the biggest things that we have to fight every day, because then you got your main account, you got the spam, you got all these little accounts that is out of nowhere, ghost accounts. Like, listen here. If you guys if you cannot embrace your identity, you can't embrace who you are and be upfront about who you are, the type of person you are, you don't need to be catfishing and doing all these other stuff to try to make other people feel bad, because you don't want the ramifications, or you don't want the backlash of how people are going to react to you, And, there's one key thing that people say in science, where for every action, there's a reaction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I add on to you?
Sure.
I would like to say, don't fit up to other people's standards.
Yeah.
Don't fit up to other people's standards. At the end of the day, you have to feel comfortable and confident in what you are right now and in your body, because it's not good to try to go fit in with other people when you could be by yourself. Sometimes your own company is the only company you need.
Big facts on that one. I agree. I agree. You know, trying to fit in all the time. That's
Be
where the whole
yourself. Being
Exactly.
yourself is the best thing you could possibly do. Being yourself can make yourself feel comfortable, and you'll be able to find the right audience, you know, as in the right people you'll be able to communicate to.
Big facts.
Yep.
Love this. I love the way you girls are answering these questions. All right. Okay. So we only have a couple more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up, because there's so many things or so many ways we could talk about influence, but at the end of the day, it's really up to the audience that are gonna decide how they want to be influential or who they want them to influence them. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the next question is this: how do you decide which influences to follow and which one to ignore?
I think how you can figure out which influence to follow and which to ignore is by, once again, figuring out if it's positive or negative, or like figuring out if you agree on these actions and making sure that they're not negative actions and more of positive, since positive actions are better for the well-being of you and anyone else.
Like that. Good.
I would say, so here's one thing my dad says. My dad says if you can't tell your parents you're doing something, that's how you know it's not the right thing to do.
Shout outs to Dad. I like that
So I take big advice from that. Genuinely, I believe that if you cannot tell your parents that you are doing a certain thing, you should know that's not the right thing that you need to do. Because personally, another shout out to my mom, guys. We're gonna bring in another language because my mom, guys, let's not do too much on my mom though. My mom always says tu nunca terminar de conocer la persona, and that basically means you never get to know a person and you never even get to finish knowing yourself. So I would like to take that in.
Adding on to that, my father always tells, he says that he always knows when I'm upset, or if something bad happens or whatever. It's 'cause if you're not telling your parent what's happening, they're automatically gonna know you're doing something wrong, which is how you can know if the thing is you're doing wrong is wrong, if you're not able to tell your parents or communicate to them. Because my dad always, he just knows when I'm doing something wrong if I don't say it. Because communication's very important, especially with your parents. You should always be able to tell them what's going on, or be able to realize what you are doing wrong. That's what your parents should be teaching you.
Good, Dad. Okay.
Wise.
Shout out to these dads and these parents are giving great advice. Go ahead,
Very
Olivia.
wise.
Okay, communication is key, because if you can't tell your parents or your guardian, it's not going to work out for you. And you always got to trust your gut feeling most of the time.
Big facts. I agree.
Big fact.
You know. All right.
It's not good to second guess yourself.
It's not, and I'm gonna tell you this. There's a lot of people that want to hide what they're doing. And now, let's be honest, you can't hide the negative things that you do. It always comes to light one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's in the dark always comes to light.
Exactly.
Like Darman
Whoa.
said.
Exactly.
If you don't know where that's from, you're gonna have to read a book or two.
It's either you tell your parents or they found out a different way. It's always best that comes from you than somebody else.
You'd rather admit a truth than hide a lie.
Agreed.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Hey, yes.
She is.
She's on fire,
made that
guys.
up on the spot.
Ooh, okay.
Clock
yeah.
it.
You listen. You ladies are on fire today. I like this. But no, yeah, it's true. You cannot hide everything. It is gonna come. It's gonna come out in the open, and then it's gonna take you 10 times more work to try to cover that lie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, no. Just own up to it.
Just gonna stress yourself out.
Yeah, and it makes no sense. If you are going to lie, best to believe it is going to come to the light. Do not lie. Just be truthful, whether the person accepts it or not, yeah. But if you know that the person is not going to accept what you just did, then you should have never did it in the beginning.
My dad always says, tell the truth first before telling it later, because you never know what would happen later if you don't tell it now. You'd rather get it over with to express your feelings about something you did wrong than have to save it and feel the anxiety before actually saying it and getting it off your chest.
Shout out to that. I like that one. 'Cause that's,
My
you know
mom-
what?
My mom would always tell me it's better to tell me stuff before I find out, because she always says I know my mom would help me before ever judging me. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, same with my dad.
Awesome.
My mom would fall in love anyways.
Oh.
I always saw her first. Because she'd be like,
Maybe
a
don't
little
hide.
birdie-
Don't hide stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
A little birdie told me, or she'd be like, oh, I found
Oh,
out because I
little
have
birdie.
connections.
A little birdie told me.
Or
Classic
you don't
parental.
want nobody else telling her. That's why you should always tell your guardian first
Yes.
before they sugarcoat it and add
Yeah.
some more stuff.
agree, I agree.
And that's the thing right there, what you
Facts.
just said. Sometimes when it comes out, people end up adding more to the information than what it really was.
And then they make you sound worse.
Yep.
Yeah, why? All I did was I just said I can't stand you, and then when you asked me, I said no, I didn't say nothing. And then all of a sudden you come back and then you say, oh, somebody told me that you hated me, you said you would kill me, and all these nonsense.
yeah.
And it's always the extreme. You told me I wish I
Yeah.
could jump in front of a bus or something.
Yo.
And I'm like, no, dude. All I said was I just can't stand
Yeah,
you. That's
that-
all I said.
That has
but
happened to me before many times. People,
you know,
Yeah,
It's the
always own
same.
up to what you say. Never hide the truth.
exactly. And we get into this last question, right? And this is something that's very important that I think kind of sums up everything that we've been talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to own up and say everything up front. So how can middle schoolers
God.
or middle school students use their voices to make good changes in their communities?
By speaking positive to other people and not having a negative effect on them.
Give me an example.
Let's say you're gonna have a great day today and I love your hair and stuff, that's gonna make them have a good day. If you say something that's bad, they're gonna have a negative effect. They're gonna think about it all day, all night. You don't know if they're gonna kill themselves because of that.
Hey, you're speaking facts. This is true. There is some people that will take a small information or miscommunication, take it to the extreme, and then you don't know what their mental state was, and then they go and harm themselves.
Yeah.
And that's something that, I think everybody should take into account. You don't know what the next person is going through. So be mindful of what you say, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. You should, when it comes to talking to other people, to make a positive impact on someone, you definitely have to, not, okay, look, you have to make sure that you're not doing something bad to them or, saying something very, offensive. If you want to be truthful, of course you can, but you have to make sure that your truthfulness isn't going to hurt others and gonna make them think negatively, because if you do that, then you don't know what would happen to them or what they would do to themselves because of the information that you have said to them.
True. So how would you use your voice to make a change in the community then?
In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
just by saying little stuff like maybe, oh, how's your day been? Good morning. Oh, give them little compliments. You don't know how much compliments can do to people. Compliments can really change people's whole entire day, whole entire mood, just by realizing one person appreciates them in one single way. Because there's a lot of people who think nobody appreciates them and nobody likes them. Everyone thinks they're a bad person. But just hearing that one single person saying something positive about you can really, really change a person in general.
Great. I like that.
I definitely agree with these two, cause genuinely, I'm not gonna lie, some kids these days, they do be feeling down. You can see them in the hallways sometimes. Middle schoolers in this school, be nice, I don't think that's possible. I'm not gonna lie, because everybody, like, they're always cursing out each other in the hallways, getting in trouble. But definitely to other middle schoolers, like in New York or in anywhere, to be honest, I would say y'all could definitely, like, give us, like, even certain things can make a person's day better. Little things, compliments, really anything, because I would like what Aria said, like, that can make a person feel better and make their day better, and knowing that at least somebody, like, cares for them. Because some people, let's use me for example, I used to think like nobody would care for me, but shout out to these two, brightening my eyes. Very good friends, guys.
Awesome.
I know.
I know, it's crazy.
But yeah,
Nobody should
No,
ever be treated in such a way, like
I agree.
having to think that they're such a bad person. In my opinion, I did used to think I was like, nobody liked me, nobody cared about me. And ever since I've been shown that I'm cared for, it really changed my perspective on myself and made me realize that I can be a good person, and I am a good person.
Okay. So, back to you, where my question is this: how you said school or middle schoolers here just have too much of an attitude, or they just love using profanity and cursing each other out. and
Negative
stuff like
energy.
that. So negative energy. But how would you change the community? How can you use your voice to make a change in this community?
Okay, so for many of you who don't know, me personally, I used to be a part of student council first when I came to the school, 6th grade. So in my speech, I did include that anybody could come to me with a problem. I would definitely bring it up to Miss Audrey. And I still keep my word to this day, even though I'm not in the student council. You come to me, if I see something wrong, I am telling somebody. I'm not gonna, if I see something, like, I'll keep any secrets that you want me to keep, unless it is harming yourself, doing so and so and so.
Okay.
That, me personally, I can't sit well with that, because if something happens to you, I would feel guilty about that. I would definitely tell a trusted adult.
I totally agree. Me
too.
All of my friends tell me that. Well, some friends, they tell me that I'm a good person to talk to. So I usually end up saying to everyone else that I meet, if you ever are feeling a such of way, or feeling like you did something, or like something very bad happened to you, you can always talk to me, and I'll be able to communicate and help you feel understood if you ever are feeling down. So yeah, I love helping people. I love making sure everyone's okay, because being okay can, like, just simple stuff like that can really change people and stop them from doing certain stuff.
I would also like to agree. Listen, guys, I'm not a bad person. Like, even let's say, per se, I'm not saying that we do, but let's say me and Olivia had beef, right? We don't, guys, I promise. Let's say that. Let's say she's crying or she needs help. I'm not that bad of a person that I'm gonna ignore you completely. I would go up to you like, are you okay? Yeah, okay. Now we're back to having beef. Anyways, so like, I would definitely always check up on somebody. Like, as I was saying, like, if I hear something that I think would cause a big problem, I will definitely tell somebody, like a trusted adult. So yeah.
Olive, what about you?
Oh, me?
Yeah, how can you use your voice to make an impact in this community?
I would probably be positive. I would give compliments to people that seem sad and stuff, even if they with their friends. But if they're being left out, I'll go talk to them. Cause there's certain people that they be getting left out their group. They're mad, sad, they're depressed inside, but they're trying to act happy when their friends talk to them.
Yeah, I know what you girls are saying, and it's interesting because the fact is, me being one of the counselors, I hear that a lot. Like, oh, my friend group left me out. These people are just so negative and everything like that, and it's very sad because this community has so much potential. but then they choose not to. They want to be so disrespectful. They want to be yelling and stuff like that. But we have to make a change or try to encourage a change, right? And that's why I initially created this platform, so that we could help educate each other and promote positivity instead of all the negative stuff that's going on. And for those who are watching this episode, please keep in mind, you're able to come on this show and partake. Did I say cho?
Yes, you did. I was waiting for
Sorry.
you to realize
That was mad Spanish of me.
That's Spanglish.
Oh my God.
Oh man! All right, so you're able to come on this show and be a part of this podcast, and you could always learn something from the questions, because the questions are enlightening. It's life skills that we could actually learn from, and having this type of platform is beneficial, and it actually boosts morale. There's plenty of kids since the start of this podcast, or since the beginning of how this platform was created, that kids just want to come onto the show all the time. I can't get to everybody, but I am going to be doing everything as much as possible with them, so long as we have the space, so long as we have all the things that we can do, right? Because like today there was an event, so
The college event.
It was the college fair event that just happened, which if you are watching this in middle school, I encourage you to start thinking about college now, because if you don't have an idea of what is it that you want to do, when you get into high school and it's time for you to actually fill out the application, you're going to start panicking.
Yeah.
So it's never too early to start thinking about those things, or just have an idea. Okay? But that's the purpose of this podcast, to share information and be positive, especially in our school community, right? All right. So that is all the questions, everybody. Okay. So now we want to thank everybody for joining us for this episode, and please stay tuned for the next episode, because there are some more guests that's going to happen. That's going to be giving us some questions and stuff like that. So we're going to have some more fun. And the rest of this year, please keep an eye out for more middle school episodes. Spread the news, like, share, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.